How to use the Kodak Ektar H35n. On the right side of the camera, you'll pull this tab down. Insert your canister of film bottom first, pull the film leader, which is this skinny part of the film, and insert it into this slit. Now advance forward until the leader is completely wrapped up, and close the camera. Now you'll do this pattern for a couple of times. You'll advance forward, burn a shot, advance forward, and continue burning a shot. You'll continue doing this until you hit the number 1 on the frame counter on the top of the camera. Now you are ready to shoot. This newer model of camera differs from the original with some fun additions. One of them being this star filter, which can be used by flicking down this switch on the front of the camera. I call it the astigmatism filter, but all it does is add a burst of light around bright highlights. Personally, this feature isn't really for me, so I just use it as a glorified lens cover when I store the camera. And in my opinion, the most fun feature about this camera is the ability to shoot in bulb mode. To do so, you'll need a cable release, which is not included, and another helpful tip here is to use a tripod. Using the cable release will allow you to open the shutter longer than its default 1/100 shutter speed, allowing you to mess around with long exposure. However, one important thing to note here, it will override the need to advance the film, meaning if you forget to advance between each picture, you could double expose on top of a previous exposure. But that is very important to keep in mind so you don't accidentally ruin some of your photos. Now we can insert the battery, which is only used for the flash. To use the flash, we'll turn this dial on the front of the camera. You'll know that the flash is charged up based on this very visible red light on the back of the camera. I recommend using the flash 90% of the time, even if you don't think you need it. Once you're done shooting, don't force it to keep advancing. Since it's a half frame, it will double the amount of exposures that you can take. So if you're using a 24 exposure roll, stop at 48, and if you're using a 36 exposure roll, stop at 72. To get your film safely out of the camera, push this small release pin, which allows you to rewind the film safely back into its canister. Keep turning until you can't feel any resistance or tension, and you could give it a couple extra turns just to be safe. Now your film is ready to be developed and scanned. I recommend watching this video I've made, answering the most frequently asked questions about this camera, such as where do I go to develop or what kind of film you should use. If this video helped you, please consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.